Hey, how's it going, everyone? We just got done adding some car zones, and now we're going to add zombie zones. Zombie zones allow you to specify specific costumes for zombies that spawn within certain areas on your map, such as like in or around buildings. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to add the zombie type. So this is going to be in the object group. We're going to need a zombie type here. Now, we don't have a zombie type here. So what are we going to do? We need to add a object group that is called zombie zone. And that's going to be zombies type. So let's go ahead and go to level 0. And I believe that to add a new zone, looks like in order to add this zone, I'm going to need to jump into the game code. Great. So what we're going to do is I'm going to need to go into the mapmods PZW file and then add the objects type line at the end of existing ones, which is going to be object type name, zombies type with the color. This information I am getting from, again, the one-stop tile ed shop, and I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. It tells me to go into my mapmods PZW file, and I'm going to go ahead and make that addition. I guess that's the main way. Let me go ahead and just real quick see if I can add one zombie zone. No. Can I add an object type? Looks like I can't. Great. Not a problem. So let's go ahead and do that. So how do I do that? I'm going to go ahead and open up VS Code for me. And then I'm going to find the location where my PZW is. That's going to be inside of my world editor, Stripesville. And this is the folder that I want to open. In here, we're going to have Stripesville PZW. And then we're going to have this code here. Zombie zones, let's see. We need to add the following code to the mapmods PZW file. Add the object type line at the end of existing ones. Looks like there's something called object type, so I'm going to hit Control F to find object type, all lowercase. Here they are. So town zone, forest, deep forest, etc., etc., etc. So I need to add these at the bottom. So paste. So it looks like the object type is zombies type. And this zombie type, I'm just going to move this over to the bottom, which is going to be the name is zombies type. The color is this. Default type is zombies type. Huzzah. I'm going to go ahead and close this, and I'm going to go ahead and just double check. I don't think it automatically adds it. I'm going to go ahead and close this as well. It's already saved. I'm going to close it. When I reopen the world editor, it should reload that file, in which case it'll read the change that we have made, and then hopefully the new type, here it is, zombies type, will be there. Cool. So just to recap, I did that with a VS Code, which is my code editor. I think it's called an IDM or something like that. But you can also do that with not that. Let me go ahead and just show you real quick. If I go to my file explorer, not the recycle bin, here we go. If we go to the TMX file and we go to Stripesville, here's my PZW file. Instead of opening it, because it should default to the world editor, I can actually hit open with and choose another app. I can then, for another app, I can choose the, not WordPad, but Notepad. I can do that. It's going to basically open this business, and it's going to be really hard. I don't think that Control F works here. It sure does. So because I'm following this guide here, and the guide is telling me to find object type name, right? I'm going to type object type, one word, object type, and hit find next. There they are. So I basically scrolled apparently this far down to find object type, and here they are: town zone, forest, deep forest, etc. So what I would have done is I would have copied this, Control Copy, and then at the bottom, just like it says, I simply hit Control Paste, right? And I can hit space to make sure that they're lined up nicely. Then I can go ahead and object group name. Again, this says that to do it at the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and find where the object group name ends. So I would have hit space, paste, and then made sure they lined up. I hit Control S to save them, close this out, and then when I open the world editor, because it's going to open the last loaded thing, then it's going to go ahead and have the new zombies type in there. So I just wanted to show you how that can be done. So now that you have this object group zombies type, let me go ahead and go back. So what we're going to do with this zombies type is now we're going to be able to, let's see, we can select it and place zones as usual. The larger the zones, the better chance of zombies spawning within them. These zones are not going to add extra zombies. They just affect the zombies that spawn in them, right? And each zombie type must be named similarly to vehicle zones. And here is a list of those zombie types: school, prison, various food market, wedding, fossil oil, etc. You can find the list here. So if you effectively label an area, let's say around this house, if this was like an army checkpoint or whatever, we can simply click zombie type. We can click a square, or we can click our polygon tool, and then we select this entire area. This is going to be under level 0. Here it is. So it's already the zombies type, but now we have to give it a name. So when I double click this, I have to make sure that it is army with a capital A, right? This is going to be case sensitive. So when I name this army, zombies that spawn in this square, this army square here, oh, it looks like I accidentally created another one. Delete. Oh, here's the delete icon. Zombies that spawn in this army square will have a higher probability of being army type zombies. So you can effectively do this for different parts of your map, however you want to create this, and however different types you want to name them, whether you want to make them Pizza World employees, trailer park, country club, athletic spa, car repair, fancy hotel, Gigamart. This will give themes to like show your players when they're in the Gigamart. They'll see zombies that used to work at Gigamart, right? When they're in a restaurant, they'll be dressed like restaurant people, right? At McCoy's, they'll be dressed like McCoy's employees. Spiffos, yada, yada, yada. And this will add another level of specificity to your map. All right. That's it for zombie zones. This one's more of a kind of a crazy, let's get into the code one, but hey, no worries. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. And if you're worried about making changes to the code directly, what I would recommend that you do, and I should have said this before I showed you that, is basically to make a copy as a backup. Basically, before you start messing with this PZW file, you simply hit Control Copy and Paste. There's this copy here, and then you mess with this. Once you mess with it, then it'll effectively, I got to make sure that open with goes back to PZ World Editor. Once you mess with this, then if you break it, you'll have a backup that you can go ahead and use. I don't actually want that backup there. In previous projects, I actually create a backups folder, and whenever I start making backups, I shove them in there. That way I have organized, these are the things that I work with, and these are the backups that I have. Now, there is going to be this back file. This is actually an automatic backup that the Zomboid programs make for you, but I just wouldn't rely on those in case something goes awry or it doesn't back up exactly how you want it to. Yeah, you're welcome to rely on those. Those are backups, but I just don't know how to... The real thing that I want to say is, if I'm not making a copy, I might not be 100% sure that it's going to work. And if I don't have complete control over my backups, I don't want to basically put my work in the hands of an automated process that I didn't write myself. That's basically it, because losing your files or breaking them or anything like that could mean hours and hours, days of your life gone. It's always good to make backups. In a different video, unrelated to the series, I'll probably show everyone how to go ahead and get things uploaded to GitHub so that you can have not only backups, but version control. But that's neither here nor there. All right, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next video, which is going to be talking about story zones. All right, talk to you then. Bye-bye.